Sands Showbiz Podcast. Get your entertainment fix.
Nigel's guest on this Sands Showbiz podcast is from Nashville, singer and songwriter Julia Kahn.
We're lucky enough today to have in the Sands Showbiz Podcast studio, well, not actually connected up to her in Nashville. Of course, it is the one and only Julia Kahn. Hiya, Julia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. It's so great to chat again. I'm excited.
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Thank you for spending the time as well. I can't believe we're just connecting up. There's no delay or anything, is there?
I know, right? It's perfect. Technology.
On TV, they're going waiting about 5 or 10 seconds. That's not happening here.
Right.
Anyway, I've got a lot of questions for you. We're going to delve back just a little bit, if that's all right with you, Julia.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you were a kid, all those years ago, how did you get inspired to be in the music business? What made you want to do it?
Yeah, honestly, ever since I could remember, like, talking so little, I've just been obsessed with music and so musical and singing before, I could walk, basically. So I've just always been so enthralled by music and just so connected to it in a weird way. So I really started singing since I was so little. And, I watch all of the greats and I'd watch all the music videos and listen to all the records. And I always wanted to do that. And so I really just have been singing for so long. And then from there, I kind of started to sing out in bars and venues and in a band and kind of took that journey through to where I am now. But yeah.
Can you actually remember your first gig, your proper gig that you went out on?
Yes, actually, my first gig I ever did was at a coffee shop. They were open at night and they were doing kind of a showcase of artists locally in town in Indiana. And that was my first, I think, official gig.
Yeah. Can you remember how nervous you were?
Yeah, for sure. I think I was definitely a little nervous, but I was also super excited to finally kind of.
Yeah. Is that what when you're on gigs now? Do you find it's like an excitement rather than a nervousness, or what? Is it a mixture?
Yeah, I think it's always a little bit a mixture of both. I think like nerves are always kind of going to be there just because you want it to go really well and it's kind of that adrenaline. But yeah, I think it's definitely shifted in the last few years, even for me, to be a lot more like excitement and gratitude to be sharing it, and kind of sharing that space with people. So. Yeah.
So how did the tour go last year? Because you came to see us at Sands Radio and you actually sang to us live in the studio, which I'm never going to forget that. It was brilliant. And the guitarist, what was the guitarist's name again? I forgot.
Matthias Lundy. Yeah, he's incredible. He's such a talent. So
he was so chilled. Well, he was just so chilled. He was just going with it, whatever,
Right.
Excellent. I've still got that recording of you. We must put it on YouTube sometime.
Yes, send me that. Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Yeah, it's great. So you went round over 30 odd stations, didn't you, in the UK? How did it go round? I mean, I've seen the little videos. You've got a little montage on YouTube, haven't you, about it all? Did you learn anything about that from the process of going around? Did it help you, advance yourself a little bit musically?
Oh. Yes, absolutely. I think I learned so much from that experience. It was my first time over in the UK for music. So it was just such a special adventure, really. But yeah, I learned so much just with, playing with Matthias, with talking to everyone there, and then, going back and playing the shows overseas. Those were my first shows I'd ever played there. And it was just such an incredible experience. I was so lucky to work with the team that I did over there. And it was so fun to get to connect with fans over there too, because it's just such a different energy and different atmosphere, which was also really cool to kind of connect to a completely different thing culturally. So I learned so much just about myself doing that for the first time, and also about how people were connecting to it in different ways. Yeah.
And did you go back to the US doing the same sort of thing?
I did a little bit, yeah. So I played a number of festivals here, and then did some radio here as well, but not the same way as the full 30 stations across countries, like I did. Yeah. Which was really lucky and fun. But yeah, so definitely been doing a lot of shows here, and also working on a lot of new music, and I've released a bunch since then, so it's been great.
So what did you think of the UK when you visited?
Oh, I loved it. So much fun. It was so beautiful. I hadn't explored so many of those places before that we got to go, and I just love the people. Everyone was so kind and so open, and so just seemed to really connect to the music in a cool way. So I loved it. Yeah.
Is there something that really sticks in your mind about the way English people are, a little quirky thing that, maybe something that we eat or some mannerisms that we have?
Oh man, yeah, so many things. I mean, I think I still say like in it, like I love saying all the little slang terms, like I picked up on all of that. Also just the breakfast, all the beans, all the bacon. Yeah. I will never forget that as well. So, and all the pies too. That was great.
Yeah. So you went from there, you went round, but you've been writing a lot of music, I've noticed, on YouTube as well. You've had quite a few releases since you've been down, since we last seen you over a year ago.
Yes. Yeah. I've released 3 new songs and done some collaborations as well. And also 3 different kind of music videos and visualizers. And those are all off my upcoming project. I will be announcing in the near future, but yes. So I released a song called Magic and a music video for that as well. And then Better That Way. And then my most recent one called Back to Earth. So all 3 of those are kind of part of the same universe that I'm building. And it's been really, really exciting to get this new project out, start to get it out in the world and underway.
Is there a message behind the project that you've done, the latest one? Is there an underlying message to it all?
Definitely. Well, with Back to Earth, yes, yeah. Definitely. So all of these kind of have to do with like coming back to our true nature, or coming back to the magic in life and the joy and kind of abundance, while also feeling stuck in this world of technology that we're in lately, and kind of the struggle between them. So my last release, Better That Way, was about kind of feeling stuck in the matrix and stuck in this machine and trying to get out. And so this latest release called Back to Earth is almost a response to that. It's kind of breaking free of that and coming back to our true nature, coming back to Earth. And I just really wanted this song to be such a like feeling of joy and freedom and something uplifting for people to just dance and feel free to, because I feel like there's just been so much heaviness and a lot going on. So I just wanted to make something that felt very freeing and light and kind of like an affirmation almost for people to repeat. I was studying
your videos, actually. How do you put them all together? Do you have a lot of direction in that when you're doing the videos themselves with like the choreography in the background? And I noticed a lot of ladies going around in a field or something. Is that right?
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. So I creative directed all of those. And I also creative directed them with my incredible friend and director and editor, Talia Stewart and Acacia Evans, both of them. And from the song and video Magic, I did that one with Talia Stewart and her crew. And she connected me to some of those dancers. I kind of had like this vision and idea, and she connected me with them, and they were all just incredible. And we had a loose idea of how we wanted it to feel, and I really wanted it to feel almost like this whimsical, metaphysical vibe, with all of them wearing white and me wearing red. And they all just came in, and it was very free-form dancing, and they all just really got into the song, into the vibe, and a lot of that was just free-form dancing in their movements, which was really cool.
Yeah, are they people that you actually know at all, or they just come along on the day, or do you get to know them? Or
yes, get to them for sure. Yeah, now we all follow each other and connect on a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm with them again. Yeah, but I didn't know them at the time, so we had mutual friends, and Talia, who I worked on the video with, she connected me with them. So
yeah, are you a solo artist? Are you an independent artist? Am I right in saying that?
I am, yes. I am independent right now. Fully.
So what's the challenges behind being an independent artist? Surely it's quite a difficult one, that one, is it?
Definitely. I think, in today's music landscape, it's a very interesting time, I think, to be an artist at all, but also, an independent artist. I think it's a lot of wearing a lot of hats at once, which can be, a lot to carry, I think, for so many artists out there right now, trying to just make music while also, creative directing everything and doing social media and being their own manager, doing all these things. It's a lot, but also, on the flip side of that, I think with there's been a lot of outspokenness with labels and everything too, that I think, there are some benefits to being independent too creatively, and kind of having that freedom to really explore and kind of release what you want to. Has been nice.
Yeah. Do you have a manager then, or do you have to do that yourself? How's that work?
I do work with, I work a team for project management and things, but otherwise, I also am, self-managing too. So all across the board, independent right now.
Yeah. And you do all the styling yourself, do you? Your own styling?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
For the videos and everything, because you've got quite a unique like a vision there on the screens, haven't you? Like, really, it comes across because I know one of your videos. I can look and I think that's Julia there. I'm sure that'll be Julia. And yeah, it's good, that, isn't it? It's great.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I that means a lot because I definitely put a lot of intention into the visuals, and for me, that's such a big part of the creation. That's one of my favorite parts of creating is kind of bringing it to life visually and sending the same kind of messages in visual ways, or what I'm wearing and how it's displayed. So yeah, appreciate that. I'm glad it comes out that way.
So are you so you're creative, obviously, because you're a singer and a songwriter. Does that mean you're creative, like artistically? Can you do a drawing and stuff like that?
I can draw, actually. I haven't in a while, but I've actually been meaning to get back into that a little bit. Yeah, I can do a little bit. I usually have to have a reference, but I think we're all just kind of channels for creativity. So I think once you find one method of doing it, if you kind of lock into other ones, maybe you can figure them out, or get creative in different ways too. But yeah, I know it is interesting. It's wild to see kind of how people are so talented in so many different ways.
Yeah, and you enjoy that. Obviously, if you're a creative person, you just enjoy creating stuff all day long, don't you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's the best part.
How do you go about writing your songs then, Julia? Have you got a set sequence? Do you start off with the lyrics, or do you start off with the music? How do you go about it?
I always in my phone, in my notes app, I'm always writing lyrics all the time. I always just have these different sections of lyrics that maybe I come back to, or maybe they're title ideas or something like that I'll kind of have a bank of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so some songs I might start with that. Some songs I might start with the chords and a melody, and then kind of feel what emotions wanting to come out and go from there. But really with this project that I'm working on now, there's a lot of intentionality behind it, and it's a conceptual project. So I'm also kind of writing from a place of, okay, I might start with a concept and then also think about it in terms of the bigger project of the album and how it kind of ties into the other songs, and I might write from there as well. So it's kind of a full narrative. So I really that's my favorite way to create is creating conceptual art, and especially on a world building level and conceptually. So
yeah.
So it changes from time to time. But yeah.
Do you find, as a creative person, and I don't know whether you find this, but I find this all the time because I'm dreaming up new ideas all the time. I'm either doing production things in my mind or the next best thing I can be doing. Do you find that you don't sleep well at night?
Yes, 100%. I was just talking to somebody about this. I'm such a night owl. It's hard to shut my brain off. I have those vivid dreams ever. My brain is just always on. So yeah, I'm definitely a night owl.
I'm glad it's not just me then, because I can't sleep well like that. I do most of my good ideas in the morning when I wake up early, and I get a great idea for that day. And I must get up and start getting on with it straight away. Right,
exactly. I feel like creative people are like that too. I feel like for me, it's either late at night or the most inconvenient times, or early in the morning where I'll get the best ideas, and I'm like, oh, I gotta.
So what do you do to relax then in your spare time? Do you get some spare time just to chill out?
There hasn't been a ton of spare time lately, but really, for me, something that has just been such a grounding and life-saving thing is meditation. I do that every day. I meditate every day. I also write every day, stream of consciousness, journaling and writing in the mornings. Also has been something that's really changed my life. So those two things I really do. Kind of daily practices that just help me get grounded and kind of set my energy. I also do a lot of yoga and hot yoga too, so all the calming things.
Sounds great. What lifestyle? I need to change my lifestyle straight away.
just to stay sane in the craziness of being an independent artist.
That's it. I'm going to ditch now the English breakfast. Ditch that, all the fat and everything. Get rid of that. A bit of meditation in the morning when I get up.
Yeah. Hey, I should try. It's great.
So your latest song, you just mentioned that, Back to Earth's out, isn't it now? I noticed the video's come out on YouTube. Mm-hmm. That looks quite exciting, that video. I think it's a little bit different that. You've put a little bit of a twist on that one. Am I right in saying that?
It is, definitely, yes. Definitely different approach. This one is a visualizer versus the full music video, of Magic, where basically meaning this one was just kind of a few scenes.
Yeah.
We kind of flip between that kind of set the scene of the song. And I knew I really wanted it to be very vibrant, and kind of wanted it to start with me locked up in those braids, kind of almost like, I don't know, almost like as a seed, and then it kind of blooms and grows into these flowers as you listen to it. Yeah, definitely that one was conceptually fun to just kind of get a little outside of the box with.
Yeah, and it's doing well as well, isn't it? Because I've just been looking now on YouTube. It's got 17,000 views straight away, which is some going, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was just looking yesterday, and yeah, I was amazed by that. So I'm super excited. People seem to be really resonating.
How do you go on with you? Like, I always ask people this one because I know what it's like. Before I even got on the radio, I used to tell people I was going to be on the radio one day as a radio presenter. And I used to tell them, no, it's not a chance. And I know it's one of those things, I'm a bit like yourself, probably. You're really determined to do something, aren't you? Once you get it in your mind, you're going to do it.
Absolutely.
You still see your old friends and that? Do they still keep in touch with you?
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, I feel like, there's still a good amount of people who I'm still connected to, who definitely, I think, have seen me, on this journey for so long. And I'm sure the same thing. So many people are like, oh, good luck going for music, doing this. But yeah, it's like when you have a vision and something, in your heart, it's like you just go do it and you're determined to do it. And I think there's something really beautiful about sticking with it and kind of seeing where it takes you.
Behind the scenes, let's dig a little bit deeper now. Yeah. Behind the scenes, right, from these videos, behind the scenes, can you tell your fans some things that have gone on behind the scenes of the videos that they don't know about when they're watching it?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yes. It's
anything really funny?
I'm trying to think from this last one with Backdoors. Well, it was funny. So at the end, you see that like white door that's in the field, kind of. Yeah. And so for so long, we were trying to figure out like, where are we going to get a door? Like, we're going to get a door. So I'm searching on like Facebook Marketplace, all these random places, trying to find this big door. I finally find one. And so I go to pick this up and I just have this giant door in my car for like weeks, and everyone was like, what is going on? Like, why do you have that in there? And we had to drag it out, and someone, my good friend, who she's always on all the shoots with me, Grace Farson, she does the PA for all my shoots, and she's behind that door, like to make it look like it was floating. She's just standing behind it, holding it up for like I don't know how long, like an hour. Brilliant. But we were just cracking up. We were just cracking up with the whole situation because we knew the shot would be cool. But if you see it when it's happening, it probably looks so stupid.
I'm going to be looking out for it now. I'm going to be
right, yeah.
Look,
right.
I can see your hand.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's so funny. Yeah. And the same with like the box I wanted something to feel like I was encased within it. And so we were trying to find some kind of clear box, and I was looking at human-sized like aquariums I was looking at all kinds of stuff. Very DIY. And so out of plexiglass, we ended up making this box. And so, yeah, it was really funny. It was all very DIY for this one.
You can't tell, can you? When you watch it, it looks fantastic. It's a good finish.
Thank you. Yeah, that's like honestly one of the most fun parts is just kind of like having that vision and then finding the ways how we can bring that to life. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely probably seemed very, very interesting to onlookers.
You touched on it before, Julia, you mentioned something about new work that's coming up you can't mention. It spoiled me question now because I was going to ask you what new projects you got coming up.
Yes. Well, yes, I will say there is a project that I am working towards. And yeah, there will be announcement in the coming months. But yes, there is kind of my next big project that I've been working on that I'm very excited about. Yeah.
Be sure to let us know, won't you, when it comes out?
Definitely. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely will. Mm-hmm.
And we can tell everybody through the website. Have you got any plans to come back to the UK soon then? I can't say.
I'm so sorry. Literally, come back to me in about a month and we'll talk. But yes, so there are plans to come there one more time. Great. So there's not much I can say on that as well. But yes, looking to come back hopefully within this year. So. Oh,
brilliant. You'll have to let us know definitely about that. We'll have to come and see you. Yeah, yes. Brilliant. For all our guests, we say goodbye to our guests. We've got 3 questions, and we ask the same 3 questions. Don't worry. Oh, no. The same 3 questions to each person that comes on the podcast. Okay. So the first question is quite an easy one, really. They're all easy, by the way. You drive. Do you actually drive?
Drive a car?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Right, that's good. That's the first step. What's your favorite car? Is the car that you got at the moment, is that your favorite one, or is the one that you want to really get in the future?
Ooh, this is tough. Tough question. Definitely not the one I have now, I don't think. I think I always think it'd be really cool to have some cool vintagey car, or like, I mean, I'm also a very outdoorsy person, like some really, really nice kind of Jeep Wrangler.
Yeah.
A nice one would be really cool.
Yeah, off-roader.
Oh yeah, something like that. Something we can go on adventures on, or something maybe cool and vintagey. I don't know. I'm really bad with cars, but that's what my answer.
Not a camper van then. We're not going for a camper van.
Oh, okay. See, that's a great option too.
Yeah, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah. Okay, that's sort of answered question one there.
Okay.
When you were young, I don't know whether we answered this one earlier on. When you were young, who did you listen to when you were a kid? And you thought, oh, wow, they are terrific. That voice is fantastic. Or that song's brilliant. Can you remember who it would be?
Yes. Ooh, I had a bunch when I was really, really little. I mean, I fell in love with so many of the Motown artists when I was so little, like Stevie Wonder, and singing Songs in the Key of Life all the time was just always on my mind. Michael Jackson, watching all of his videos and stuff, that was a big inspiration for me visually as well. Same with artists like Amy Winehouse. I remember listening to her album and her voice over and over again. And Lauryn Hill, Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, I think I would listen to all the time when I was little, and really fell in love with just her messaging and songwriting and her voice. And I feel like trying to emulate all of those artists definitely was how I learned to sing, because I didn't come from a musical family or anything. So yeah, I would just literally practice singing like them over and over and over again. And,
Do you get inspiration then for your videos from some of those people?
Definitely. I think conceptually and just having a strong visual expression for sure was Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now that's answered question 2 then. The final question, and you're thinking there's going to be a tricky question coming up, but it's not a tricky question. When you're on tour, say you're doing a gig or you're going to a festival, what would be your favorite go-to snack? That you always go to, you think, I need one of those now.
Yeah. Well, I always have to have tea. I'm always a big tea drinker. I always have to have tea everywhere I go.
That's very British, isn't it? Tea?
I know, right? I know. Wow. It was just made to, I know, it was meant to go over there, right? Snack. I don't know why I'm like forgetting every snack I've ever eaten. Are
you a chocolate person?
Yes, I'm a big sweet person. There always has to be some kind of sweets there, some kind of cookie sweets, and also, some chips. I'm always a big chips person, so you got to have that. Kind of a smorgasbord. Those aren't very great answers, but that's fine.
That's fine. That's great. It's been great chatting to you again. Hopefully we'll catch up to you soon when you're maybe in the UK sometime. But we won't say anything yet. Anyway.
Yes. Be on the lookout. Stay tuned. But
how long are we gonna ask Jazz to wait for before we find out?
Maybe in the next month or so.
Okay.
Might be some announcements. So
that'll do.
Definitely keep an eye out. But
what's the word? Okay. It's been lovely talking to you. Before you go though, how can people find out a little bit more about you?
Yeah,
you've got a website and everything like that.
Absolutely, yeah. So you can find me and all my music. It's at Julia Kahn, and that's KAHN, on all streaming platforms and social media. You can also find me on my website, which is www.juliakahnofficial.com. So you can find any of my music there. And
can I get all your tracks on Spotify as well?
Yes, you can find all my tracks on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, everything. So.
What's your favorite social media platform then? Which one would you use the most?
Oh, probably that I use the most. I probably use Instagram or TikTok the most, but my favorite might be like Pinterest or something that's like
Pinterest,
or like something that I don't have to be like. I like making boards or something where like I don't have to like get all the feed of everyone else all the time. Probably my favorites, or just off my phone would be my favorite.
And when you said Pinterest, that's a secret of mine. Really, it's not really a secret. My family are thinking I've gone a bit down the. A bit nuts, because I'm doing a big Pinterest campaign, setting up an account as an experiment.
Okay,
how many pins you have to put out a day. And it's growing quite well, but you've got to do it every day, haven't you?
Honestly, it's fun. It's fun to make boards and stuff on there. I like it because it's like, it's quiet, there's not always all the other people on there. And I used to be such a Tumblr girl back in the day, so I feel like it's kind of transferred to that. But
anyway, it's been brilliant to chat to you again, Julia. Wish you all the best for the rest of the year. And when we find out what's going on, that'll be great. And we'll keep an eye out for all the tracks as well. I always look on YouTube to find your new tracks. Is that a good suggestion, doing that?
Yeah, you can do that as well. Yep, it's on YouTube as well. So
yeah, brilliant.
And the masters are all on there too. So
excellent. All right, you have a great year. What's left of it? We're halfway through it already, aren't we? Nearly.
I know, right? It's been flying by. Well, thank you so much, though, and you too. Thank you so much again for having me. It's
absolute pleasure. Yeah, it's always great to chat to you. We'll chat to you maybe again in about a year's time and see where you're getting up to then.
Sounds good. Yeah, that sounds great.
You might be elevated out of the atmosphere and not talking to us.
No, I'll come back. But that's the goal.
All right. Thanks a lot, Julia.
Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
Cheers. Bye.
If you loved what you heard, make sure to hit subscribe on this podcast channel to never miss an episode. Stay connected and become part of the Sands Showbiz family by following us on our social media platforms. See you next time.